Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am very, very excited to be here. Give me a hello into that question box if you can hear me and if you can see my screen. This is your host, Eric Weiss, and today we're going to be talking about a revolution. A revolution that's been in the making over the past 4 to 5 years. Everything when it comes to sales that we've been building up to is going to be explained today. I am super pumped. Like I said, this is your host, Eric Weiss from the VideoRemix community. Give me a hello again into the question box. Let me know where you're from. Are you coming from the US, from Europe? Are you coming from South America, maybe Brazil, maybe Mexico, all the way from Asia? Because I know we have a very diverse population. The best part is that when it comes to webinars, which is exactly what we're going to be talking about today, something that we excel at, you can do them from anywhere in the world to any type of population, and they still work. So what I'm showing you here are some statistics, some numbers. And this first number that I want to show you was something somewhat of a breaking point for me. And I'm not doing this, I'm not showing this to impress you, to kind of show you, hey, how great we are with webinars. Of course, we're good. Of course, we convert. Of course, we know what we're doing. But I'm showing you because these are the types of results. It takes work, it takes hard work. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to break this down. This is one webinar that we did actually literally a couple of months after we started and after I ended up quitting originally my job and moving into the field of internet entrepreneurship full time and creating value and jumping into software. And we were able to clear $50,000 in profits, and that's not bad. Coming from a place where you're on a fixed salary, I mean, there might be, I don't know, maybe we have some multimillionaires in the house where that's not that much money, but for the normal person, when you're coming from that place, it's a significant amount. And we're going to actually cover exactly that sequence, the little sequence that we did in order to make that happen. And then just a few months after that, we did another one. And this one actually wasn't our creation, but it was someone that I started talking to, and I thought, hey, this guy has a really good system. He has a really good business opportunity, a franchise solution, and I didn't really take part in it, but it still did just under $30,000 and almost 60K split between us, and was pretty much just a mere introduction. And these are the types of results that have been known, and I could go on and on regarding proof shots, but I think you get the point. And the point is that webinars are an extremely, extremely powerful tool. And in fact, I would boil down and say that a lot of our success, a very, very large part, is because of webinars. And right now, additionally, I want to show you this other shot. So another one that did really well, just under 25K. But I want to talk about my core mission. And the main mission that I have is to take webinars from a complex, hard to learn, proven. It is proven. You could see, and I could reference a whole slew of people. I could just name them off one after another. But it is a proven strategy, whether you're in local marketing and you're selling video personalization services, whether you're selling social media services, and you want to shorten your sales cycle, you want to go ahead and scale up. And it's also proven when you're doing online sales, if you're doing anything in affiliate marketing, if you're doing anything in e-commerce. But historically, it's been a very labor intensive method. And what I want to distill it down to, what my goal moving forward into the future is into an automated system that generates, and let's forget those proof shots and those screenshots that I gave to you, but let's take it down to even 5 to 10K a month in an automated fashion that you can do, that's repeatable, that you could do over and over again. So give me a big yes into that question box if you are, or give me a big heck yeah if you are excited about today, because I am super pumped up. I think you could feel that I'm jumping up and down. I'm really excited about this, about today's session. And the biggest reason that I'm super pumped up is, like I said, because when I look back at my success, a large part of it does boil down to what we were able to learn early on, what we were able to implement these webinar funnels and these webinar systems. Now, this one's a little different. Now, all of the other screenshots that I showed you, those did really well. And we could all agree on that. But the cool thing about these is all of these numbers right here were, number one, done within a 30 period, yet I didn't speak one word, and it was still done through webinars. Yet not one word was spoken. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down webinars for you into a 3-step method. And first of all, let me see. Number one, put into the question box, what do you sell? What do you sell, or what do you want to sell? So I see already someone saying Shopify and video marketing. I see Raymond saying local marketing. I see Amanda saying, hey, I want to target real estate. And I want to see everyone else, reputation marketing. Right now, right? Shopify. I mean, you could sell e-commerce products, video marketing. You can 100% sell video services, or even if you have a software solution within the video space, you could sell that. You could sell to real estate agents. You could sell local marketing. You can sell reputation marketing. Every single base is covered. You could do affiliate marketing if you want to promote products. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil it down and break it into a very easy to follow 3-step method, because historically I've found that even though that I'm good at webinars, no one wants to do webinars, or maybe only 10 to 20%. Give me a me if you would be a little, a little terrified of doing a webinar, a little terrified of getting up here with, let's say, I'm going to show you an example where we had 800 people on a webinar. Give me a me if that would be you. If you feel that, hey, and give me a 0 in there if you would love to get up here. But I want to get the engagement. I want to get the engagement through the roof here, because I'm going to give you, and this is my commitment to you, I'm going to give you the absolute best material that I can give you within the next 60 minutes. But what I need from you is I need you to turn off your mobile phone. I need you to turn off and close out of Facebook. And I need you to pay attention, because this is seriously what we do. And this is how we run our business. And we've been very, very successful. And so I highly, highly recommend that you go ahead and you listen. So whether you are shy or whether you're bold and courageous, either way, this is going to be perfect for you. But we're going to boil it down. WTA. Remember those letters. WTA, webinar traffic. And we're not going to go yet into what that A stands for because that is going to come towards the end. It's a little bit of a surprise. Now, the first thing you need is you need a 7-figure mental state. And that's not too difficult to have, but you just kind of got to break out quickly, and you got to understand also because most people, like I said, and everyone that said me that is maybe a little terrified of webinars, you kind of automatically dismiss it, and you say, this is not for me. This is for that Eric guy. That's great. This is for VideoRemix, and yeah, sure, they drive a lot of sales, but this is not for me. BS. And first of all, number one, what can you sell with it? Can you do local marketing? Yeah. Can you do video personalization? Yeah. Can you do courses? Yes. Can you sell products, whether software solutions, software platforms? Yes. Can you set up referral deals? Yes. And affiliate deals. High ticket solutions if you're doing, let's say, big packages. I know Thomas Petit, he didn't do it through a webinar, but he did a multi 5-figure deal within the local marketing space. Can you drive those types of sales with webinars? Yes. Can you set up a membership? Can you even just do a non-sale webinar and basically kind of create a community for your local geographical area in order to support, help people, make them advance? Yes. Can you build excitement? Can you make this evergreen? Or can you just do consultation sessions? And the answer to all of those is yes. But you might say, hey, Eric, look, I'm not good with technology. I just can't do it. At the end of the day, what's the problem? Well, I'm just not good. I'm just not good with technology. Now, it's really not that difficult. And webinar platforms are super easy to learn. We're going to make it dead simple. If you can click a mouse, trust me, you can do this. It's not that difficult, and webinars are not a huge technology kind of crazy type of programming solution. No. It's very easy. I'm not confident. Well, number one, no one can see you. Even use, I don't know, if you want to kind of create a separate brand, you could do that. Some people also don't like my style, right? You don't have to be that type of Tony Robbins in your face style, your little football coach style. Some people like it that it's more relaxed, and different types of presenters mesh with a different portion of the population, and it's okay because people are different. It doesn't matter. You don't have to uh, emulate other people. You can have your own style. And the fact of the matter is that if you take it a couple years back, I used to be super shy. Growing up, I wasn't the most charismatic, outgoing person. Maybe you are one of those types of people who's very in your head, thinking about, hey, what are other people going to think if I say this, if I say that? So you just don't say anything at all, and you're super shy. Now, there were a series of events where I decided to say no more, and I realized that it wasn't that hard. You just kind of have to open up a little bit. But you say, okay, Eric, I can get over that, but I just don't have anything to sell. What am I going to sell? Well, the cool thing is you don't really need a product. Look, you can cut deals with other affiliates, with other products. You can even cut deals with me. And the beauty of it is, it's probably something I'm going to get to a little later, but even if you didn't have a product, look, we have a portfolio of approximately, and we are a part of actually quite a bit of companies that we hold equity in, of 10 companies and counting. And a lot of those need webinars. And obviously, I can't do 10 webinars a day. So there's opportunities everywhere that you look, but you just need to open your eyes and you just need to networking. And you can do that even if you don't have a product. And look, the secret is that first slide that I showed you, when that profit was generated, there wasn't a product in place. But yeah, Eric, that's all great and that's all amazing, but I don't have traffic. I don't have a list. I can't sell to anyone. And even if I could do webinars, I wouldn't have anyone to sell to. Well, you don't need one. And no one starts with traffic. Number one, I'm going to teach you how to cut these deals, how to work with JVs, to do deals that you can and that do work. But you don't need traffic, and no one starts off with a big list. But what about if I'm not an expert in that subject area, subject matter? And this is always the funniest one, because I always see people telling me this, and they say, hey, maybe next year, maybe next year, maybe next month, maybe then, and I need to learn more, I need to study more, and I'll start doing webinars in exactly 12 years, 4 months, 46 days. Once I've read 255 books, finally a knowledge expert, but everything is out of date and useless by that point, so I have to start all over again and become an expert again. Look, that's not the biggest thing holding you back. Now, check this out. It's easy, just show up. And even though I covered all of those things, if you're still not convinced, how about doing a webinar? What about if you could do a webinar campaign without ever saying a word? And it converts and it does well. Would that be pretty cool? If you could do one, okay? If you could do one without ever saying a word, wouldn't that be cool? What about if you could sell VideoRemix and video marketing services via webinars without ever saying a word? Would that be pretty cool? I think it would. I think it would be pretty freaking cool. So let's go ahead and let's jump. Let's talk about number. Couple more things. First of all, like I said, you don't need that in your face football coach style, talking really fast, 100 miles per hour, engaging the audience, jumping up and down. You don't need to be Tony Robbins if you don't. Maybe you just want to create a deep emotional connection with people, have them trust you, and work with them one-on-one, doing consultations, and really helping their business grow. That might be you. It doesn't matter, but there are multiple styles. There's a variety of styles, variety of accents. Whether you have a German accent, you have a Spanish accent, you have a Brazilian accent, maybe a French accent, or you could do it in different languages. It doesn't matter. But the main thing is WTA. All right, WTA. So let's go into that W. Let's talk about webinars. Let's talk about our building blocks and how can you within a couple of days, because that's one of the things that I want you to do, and give me a 1 if you can commit to taking action. Give me a 1 if you can commit to taking action, because I want people on here to do webinars. And I'm going to give you an offer that I think you won't be able to refuse. That's going to be the most amazing offer ever at the end of this. Whether you take me up on it or not, I want you to commit to doing a webinar. Because even just the information that I'm going to be showing you right here should put the wheels in motion, should get you up and running. But I need that commitment, because I know your time is valuable. My time is valuable. And if I'm not helping you drive some change, well, then we're both wasting our time. Okay? So Please put that 1 in there because I want that commitment if we're going to continue and move forward. All right, let's talk about that webinar. Let's talk about those building blocks. And we talked about not having a product. So it starts, right? Number one, what am I going to sell? Webinar, right? I'm going to do a webinar. What about what? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. If you need a product, and I'm talking about a product, I'm going to get to local marketing services. Because the most important, and I know a lot of people here are doing video personalization, selling video personalization services. We're going to get to that. All right. But let's say you want to create a product. Interview people. Do you know how to do an interview? Yes? No? It's simple, right? You just ask questions. You're not the expert, so you ask other experts. And you contact 10 experts in a field. Literally, I know a guy, and I'm not going to say his name, but he is a good friend, and he's going to write a book this way. He could do webinars, he could do courses, and it's about a platform that he's made like $100 on, but now he's going to become the expert. Okay? You contact 10 experts in a field, ask to conduct a 30-minute interview. If you're going to do it, I mean, ask me. You can even interview me. I'll help you out. You know, I know a lot of things. I don't know what you want to do a product on, but I know a lot of things and I can help you out. With 5+ interviews, you now have a product. The main thing is make sure you do this. This is the one thing that I recommend that will make your interview really good, is make them structured. So like my webinar right now, it's a very structured process, what I'm taking you through. Do that with your interview. Don't let the person veer out and start going on this like monologue about something that's completely irrelevant. Say, hey, be specific. Make them go and ask them deeper. Say, oh, tell me about video marketing. How did you close that client? No, but what did you tell them when you did that first interaction? Tell me, the exact script you used. Just go deeper and deeper. And that's going to make your interview very powerful. Who's heard of Eben Pagan? Eben Pagan, anyone? Give me a yes or a no into the question box. Eben Pagan, very, very famous marketer. And I see a couple people say no. You can look him up if you want. A lot of people saying yes. Most people are saying yes. Look, I've never met Eben Pagan in real life, and I would love to shake his hand, and I think he's an absolutely amazing guy. But the guy isn't charismatic at all, man. He's not. And this guy became an expert in the dating niche, in the freaking dating niche. He became one of the experts. And guess what? He didn't give any dating advice. He just interviewed people. That's it. He just interviewed people. That's all he did. All right? And he built a very, very successful business. Like I said, go ahead. You could look him up after if you want. Don't do it now. Like I said, don't go to Facebook. Don't go on your phone. Product hack number 2. Why not? What about if you create a course, a program? Sell a few copies first. All right. You don't even have to have it done. So what I'm trying to say is you can get up and running without a product. You do not need the product first. You do not need to prepare for months and months and months creating something before you can sell it. What I'm saying is within a couple of days, you could be up and running, ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Does that make sense? Now, if you do want to create your own, let's say, program, course, service, whatever it may be, I have a outline here, and this is kind of how I like to do it. I like to break it down into 20 points. Okay, and this is my kind of pitch outline. What I recommend you do, and you could literally take this, and this is you just fill in the blanks. You put everything in there, the pitch, everything all the way down to the pitch. to stacking value, you put it all the way, all these 20 points, and boom, your webinar outline is done. And if you don't want to have fancy graphics, I know a lot of people that don't have fancy graphics like we do. And as you can see, today's presentation isn't the fanciest of fancy. It does not matter. It is not necessary for you to convert. Just copy and paste the process that works, okay? And it's easy. Title, state break, you introduce yourself. I didn't even introduce, I think most people know me here. So sorry if you're new for whatever reason and I didn't introduce myself. But I think the first couple of slides were an introduction enough. We've done multiple 7 figures on webinars. I think that's enough of an introduction for most people. Go in, give people a promise. I mean, if you're not going to deliver value, they shouldn't be there. You're wasting their time. You're wasting your own time. Actionable content. Then go and transition into the pitch. Have a couple additional slides. Guarantee your product. Then that's it. Okay. I just covered that a little high level because we don't have that much time. But if you really want to dive deep into it, there's an outline. Then you take that outline and you just start copy and pasting it. And you copy and paste it right here into the presentation. Okay? And I created this type of presentation because at one point I was saying, well, you know what? I don't want to necessarily kind of start every webinar from scratch. I want to create my own system where I could do them fast, where I could do really high converting webinars and I can do them fast. And I could do them. They do well, they convert, and I could just literally copy and paste, put the text in there off of the outline, and be pretty much set, be pretty much ready to go. Okay. And now let me ask, because I saw one comment from Joy, and Joy said, look, this is, I still don't want to do products. I still don't want to create something from scratch. Let me ask, are you still banging your head? Are you still a little skeptical that you can't create products like us? Give me a me if that's what you feel like. Just a little bit, even just a little bit. I want to see. Maybe I'm not gonna get any me's. If I don't, then I'm really, really happy if I don't get any me's in there. Okay, all right, perfect. Because in case you are, what if I gave you one? What if I gave you the product? What if I gave you the presentation? And like I said, what if I gave you the webinar? And you don't have to create a product from scratch. You don't have to create a presentation, because obviously I know how to do it really well. What if you had that in front of you? Would that be helpful? Would that be something that's helpful? Well, let me not get ahead of myself. That's just a little bit of a teaser. Let's get into traffic, all right? Because once you have all of that, remember it's WTA. We covered W, let's cover T. What do you do to get traffic? And whether you're selling video personalization services, you need some eyeballs. If you don't have any eyeballs, what are you going to do? There's a right. What are you going to do without eyeballs? It's just impossible. You can't do anything at all. So what I'm going to talk about, what's the $50,299 way, the hard way. You saw my screenshots in the beginning. We did really well, but I'm going to break it to you. I'm not going to lie. That wasn't the easiest thing to execute. Okay, I'm gonna show you how you could be doing closer to much less, but still doing something that's pretty healthy, around a couple K, 8K or so. That's much easier to execute. But this sequence it took a lot of work, and I'm going to take you through it. I promised you that I would take you through it. So first we did 7 days out. We did another email 4 days out. We did another email 2 days out. We did one day out. And then we did another email the day of. And each of these were kind of getting people and attendees to that webinar. Also, before this, we did 2 kind of value add webinars. We even gave out a tablet, right? So a couple $100, we just gave it out. I think we maybe even gave out multiple tablets. I'm not I don't remember right now, but we did give out a couple tablets. All these freebies. We started getting that buzz going within the community, and then we also put it on our Facebook groups, our fan pages. We did a sequence of encores, one the day after, one 2 days after. We created this whole replay page sequence 3 days after, 4 days after, and then we closed out. So it was pretty extensive. Okay, it was pretty extensive. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but it was pretty extensive. Now, what about okay, what about an easier way? What about if you don't have traffic? And obviously we had some type of community. If you don't have a community, well, what can you do? Now, if you have, based on what we covered in W, you have something that's solid on the product side, and you have a presentation that's high converting, like I showed you, then you can be confident, and you could start taking it out to potential partners. And these partners, who here is doing local marketing? Who here is doing local marketing? Put a me in there, okay? These partners on the online side, you have a whole bunch of JV groups. On the local side, there is, and let me give you the secret. Write this down, because this is something that not too many people talk about. There are Facebook groups. If you're in real estate, regarding realtors in your local area, if you're in whatever industry, even if it's a basic Facebook group within your own area for entrepreneurs, for local business owners, or there's a chamber of commerce. And you're going to strike deals based on our scripts with these. Okay, you could change it up a little bit if you want. If you want to make it customized, that's fine. But these are the people that you want to start striking deals with. Why? Because you might not have the attention of people, you might not have attention of that traffic, but someone else does. And if you can come in and you can add value, perfect. And that's the local Facebook method. And that's what you want to start doing. Now, remember, I showed you that we had 800 people on a webinar. That's great. The cool thing is if you're getting local business owners, do you need 800 people to close, let's say, a 5-figure deal? Do you need 800 people on your webinar? Yes or no? The answer is no. No, you just need a couple. It's way different. You don't need 800 people. That's crazy. No, you need a couple business owners, and you're not even going to be closing. Let's say if you're selling them maybe a $10,000 video package, you're not going to be closing them on the webinar. It's a little bit of a different funnel. You're going to drive them. You're going to get them really excited, and then you take them to an appointment. But they're already excited. The sales cycle has been shortened. They're already ready. They're juiced up, and it's much easier at that point. Now, still, you might say, yeah, that's great, Eric. And I would love to do that, but still, I don't know, just maybe I'm not feeling completely confident. Maybe I'm not 100% confident. Look, if you come to me Like I said, I'm destroying all objections. You come to me, done webinar, done presentation, it's a good offer, I like it, it adds value, I'm going to give you 50 people that you can do this webinar to. I'll give it to you. Okay? I will give it to you. So you have absolutely no excuse in order to make this happen. All right. Do you want to get into that A? Do you want to talk about automation? Yes or no? Because this is where it gets really exciting. We covered the webinar, we covered traffic. Let's now jump into automation. Automation is where it gets super exciting. And the reason is because, like I showed you, this is over 8K done in less than 30 days. And the best part about it is that in order to generate this, we did not have to speak a word. And I'm going to give you another case study. Maybe you were even on one of for this case study. This one maybe you're even aware of, and it's kind of confidential, all right? So because we are revealing our secret methods, so let me show you this. Who's heard of $99 social? Who's heard of $99 social? Give me a me. So okay, so because we've talked about $99 social, and so what we did is we bought $99 social. It was a deal we did, and it wasn't just us. There are other equity holders as well, just to be perfectly transparent. But we bought the company, and there's a CEO in place whose name is Akil, and he's actually learning webinars, and he's doing a pretty good job. But at the point where when we started talking, he wasn't able to do a webinar, and no one from the team was able to do a webinar actually, which is kind of funny. So well, it wasn't really funny. I didn't know kind of what to do, and so what I decided to do, I said, look, I'm going to do a webinar for you. I can't run webinars forever for you at all. I'm sorry. I apologize, but I can't spend a couple days a week running webinars for you. So you know what I'm going to do is we're going to record it, and then I'm going to give it to you. Now, this webinar is selling a solution, a very good solution. It's a reseller program. It's an absolutely amazing solution that people love because it allows you to be a social media reseller and kind of have all your outsourcing done. But that's irrelevant. But the main thing is that this webinar has done and added over $10,000 a month in recurring to the $99 social bottom line over just a few months. It wasn't. I think it was launched, and it was maybe this is within a 60 to 90-day period. And so the 10K is one thing, but when you look at recurring, that allows us. We bought the company. Now we can sell it for about $500,000 more. And these aren't numbers. None of these numbers. These numbers that I'm stating here are factual. They're not exaggerated. They're not inflated. They're factual. They are cold hard facts, and I'm very confident with this. I can't kind of give any confidential information, super confidential information that I'm going to get in trouble for. But yes, that is a fact, and so that's pretty cool. Okay, and like I said, it's automated now. That webinar, I have, and I talk to the CEO, and he sometimes plays it back. It's an automated webinar. So that's what I'm talking about with automation. Is we take one webinar and we figure out one that really works and that really converts and that people respond to, that they get the value, And why should I do it over and over and over again when it works and it delivers the value that it's supposed to deliver? And so what Akil does is on a regular basis, he just goes ahead and plays it back, and people still respond and they sign up for $99 social, and they're really happy with it. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes? Because like I was saying, now one thing that you want to be cognizant of when we talk about automation, you want to choose something, and you want to basically, it's like this, right? You're going to go out and you're going to start creating webinars for your own library. I like to call it a webinar library, right? Like you go to a library, you take out a book, you rent it out for the duration of a couple hours, which is the duration of the webinar, and you put it back into your library. Then you maybe take out another book, and then maybe you take out the same book that you took out before, and it's your webinar library. And the main thing is, what are your EPCs and your conversions regarding that webinar in your library? How well does it convert? So you got to, the only thing is you have to have webinars a part of your library that you can then run that convert and that are proven to convert. So as you can see, if we have earnings per attendee between $16 and $39 per attendee, that's not too bad. Those webinars deliver value, and people then end up signing up. Okay, so 4 mini steps to automation. Still, you're saying, hey, but Eric, how do I do this? All right. So assuming that you have webinars in your library, you select one, you schedule it, whether you have a community or whether you do it based on someone from a Facebook group that you charmed a little bit, or one of these affiliates that you charmed a little bit. You make them send notifications, so you get a couple people on the webinar, and you play it back. And as long as it's a good one that you selected, you should be providing good value, so you should get paid in return. Make sense? 4 mini steps, not too difficult, not too hard to do. Now, what about if you don't have one? And let me ask, if you don't have one in your library, would a webinar help? Would a high converting webinar within your library help that you can automate this process with? And I think that the answer is, I think I'm going to get a lot of ones into that question box. It's undoubtedly, of course. Yeah, of course it would help. It would help you because the thing is, then you don't have any excuses. There's no reason why that webinar shouldn't convert. All right, so what I'm going to go into, and what I'm going to talk about is who would like I said, I mentioned before that I will make you an offer that you won't be able to refuse. So what I want to ask is, who would like access to our WebinarRemix automated system? Our entire automation system, so you can go ahead and you can play back a webinar. Or if you want to create it from scratch, you know all of the building blocks, so you can do it for yourself and for your business. And I can see that people are getting excited. Look, I am getting myself super pumped up because this, what I'm going to show you right now and what you can get access to, there's been a tremendous amount of work that we've put into it. And like I said, it's the culmination of 4 to 5 years of doing webinars. I'm talking about thousands of hours of doing live webinars, because to be honest with you, these discoveries that I've made regarding this automation have been relatively recent. And before, I was kind of under the limiting belief, just like a lot of people have these limiting beliefs. They're saying, oh, that won't work, but it will work. And it does work. And even I thought it didn't work, and then just tried it, and wow, it works. Like, I can play back a webinar and it does generate income. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna cover what our webinar remix automation system entails. We're going to break it down into 3 modules. In module 1, we're going to be talking about the webinar remix state of mind and building blocks. All right, number 1, how do you get that high converting charisma? And you don't have to be all up and crazy jumping up and down, but you need to have some type of charisma or connection with your audience. What drives conversions? And this is broken down into a science. There are specific things that if you do, they will work and they will convert. And how do you build 7-figure webinars, these 7-figure business around webinars, talking about local and online? I'm not talking about just one, but an entire business that's driven by these webinars. In module 2, we're going to talk about architecting your 50K product, service, and webinar funnel. So when we look at if you're selling, for example, video marketing services, video personalization services, how can you architect this funnel? And I'm talking about filling out that outline to create your product or service, using the fill in the blank presentation, and driving traffic to generate over 1K per webinar. What you want to be aiming for is at least 1K per webinar, whether it's going to be regular or whether it's going to be automated. And in module 3, after we have those building blocks, and some of you might not even have to go through those first modules. You might kind of just go through them surface level if you're not going to be creating your own, but you're only going to be doing the automated side of things, but automated webinar funnels. So how to generate that 10K per month without even having to necessarily say or utter a word, but just brokering deals and being able to sell some type of high quality product or service. So how do you build out your library of webinars, and how did we do it so that you can replicate us? How do you automate the process from A to Z? And how do you create that sequence that does convert when you do strike those deals? All right, so with that being said, I want to see, give me a me if you are getting pumped up, if you are getting excited, because what we're going to do is we're going to open the doors to this. Now, we're going to also be giving away, before I open the doors, I do want to put this out there. We are going to be giving away some bonuses. Now, some of those, especially one of them in particular, has to be limited. And the thing is, I can't have hundreds of people running around basically kind of using the same webinar and shopping it around across all these groups, and then people are going to be like, what is going on, Eric? 5 people have approached me about doing this one webinar. Supposedly, it's done by you. What's going on here? So I do have to limit it, but I do want to see who's going to be getting excited and who's going to be getting into this. All right, perfect. So I see a whole bunch of people going there and putting a me. Let's go ahead and let's open it up. Now, for the first 10, we're going to be giving away, like I was saying, some special bonuses. If you want to get in right now, it's videoremix.io/webinar remix course. 1R webinar remix course. Now, understand as well that you're getting the absolute best price on here, and you'll go ahead and you'll check it out, videoremix.io/webinar remix course. Also, once you do get in, make sure and we can then confirm, my team will confirm in the chat if you have gotten in for those bonuses, because I do anticipate that that is going to be going fast. Okay. All right. Now, the first bonus is our 100K course outline. So that outline, and we already covered it, but I want to give that to you as well as a bonus so that you can go ahead and you can create course ideas and product ideas for your webinars that you're going to be selling on there. And I'll also give you this Amazon FBA example. So I don't really do. Actually, we do have one product on Amazon FBA now, but I don't really do much on Amazon FBA. But I did create this example to kind of illustrate something that you could do for yourself. Additionally, what I'm going to do is number 2, we're going to give you our webinar outline. So you can go ahead and you can as well right here. Let me show this to you. Where is this outline? All right, right here. All right, perfect. So that you can have this fill in the blank outline, 20 points, and it's going to help you plan out your webinars, and then we're going to dump it right into the presentation. Now, that presentation is the third bonus, and it's our webinar template. This is the structure. This simple template has driven for us. And I've taught many people as well. So one of the things that I also want to convey is that this isn't just about me. I've actually taught a lot of people how to do webinars. If you know Adam from our team has learned webinars from me. That's the way, you should have seen him when he was doing the first webinar. He's like, Eric, what do I say? I'm like, dude, you took my course. You took the program, you know how to do these webinars, and of course, within a very short period of time, he was able to get very comfortable with webinars, and now he's an absolute rock star. So you're going to get that presentation template. You're going to get our 6-figure inner circle script, so that you can also start getting kind of a sample script in case you need a Kickstarter when it comes to those affiliate deals and those local marketing deals with those Facebook owners. And then what we're going to give you lastly, and this is that big bonus, this is the big kahuna, is how would you like your own automated webinar? One of our webinars that converts, that does well. All right, because that's exactly what we're going to give you as a part of this when you get in right now. Now, let me go ahead and let me check this out. Let me make sure, let me know, put an I'm in once you do get in. Like I said, this is going to be the best pricing that you're going to get for this program. So once you do get in, let us know. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it up for some questions. So that if anyone does have questions on here, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to help a couple of people regarding any potential questions. All right, I see a couple people getting in. All right, welcome, perfect. Johnny as well. I know you're in, so welcome, perfect. Happy about that. Let me know so that I can, like I said, confirm that you do get in regarding all of those bonuses and everything along those lines. And additionally, what other questions can I open this up to? Now, I see someone, can we get the $99 social webinar? I'm not sure if I can give that one to you, but I will think about that. But as of this moment, the answer regarding that would be no. But like I said, I will think about that, and we can go ahead and we can kind of take it from here, and potentially I can give you that webinar maybe a little later. But let's go ahead. Let me see if you do get in. Let us know. Put an I'm in, because we're going to be limiting this, like I was saying, we have on, especially bonus 5 on that automated webinar side. It's tough to give it out to everybody, every single person that does want to get in. Now, what I'm gonna do is, let me see what, all right, perfect, awesome, great. So I see a couple additional people that are getting in. Awesome, Vincent. Happy that you're in as well. So bonuses are going to be, Brian, unfortunately, let me write something as well. Okay. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and put that in there. Now, so let's go ahead, and I see a couple questions now. So one of the questions is, can I see your webinar library? Sure. Let me show this to you, how our webinar library looks. So we have, and I'm only going to show it to you quickly, but we have a whole bunch of webinars here. And this is our entire webinar library. And we have a technology that then we can use in order to make everything happen. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of like quickly show that to you right there. We're going to leave that mostly some of these other additional secrets for the program, and when you go through that program. But I do want to make sure that every person understands that regarding that. Okay, now, okay, let me show that to you. And they are gonna be, so when you buy, okay, the bonuses are gonna be in the members area. Okay. Okay. So I am sending that to you. Now, what I want to do is, so once you go to videoremix.io/webinar remix course, let's go ahead and you'll see that we kind of outline quickly regarding what you're going to be getting into. So you can check that out, but you can kind of check that out. That's just a quick summary. Now, okay, all right. So I think that should outline it quite well. Let me see what other questions people have right now in that chat box. And okay, let's go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead. Sure. So regarding the bonuses, you're going to be getting our presentation, just to kind of do a quick recap of the bonuses. So let's do a recap of everything. So in module 1, we're talking about the webinar remix state of mind, building blocks, how to get that high converting charisma, what drives conversions, how do you build a business that is driven by webinars. In module 2, architecting your product, service, and webinar funnel. So filling out this outline. So we take you through that process right from the beginning regarding this outline. There's this 20-point outline that you can use for your webinars, all the way to, as well, this fill in the blank presentation that we have used over and over that does drive results for us, so you can kind of use it as a proven presentation. Then what we're gonna be talking about is in module 3, how do you create your automated funnels. Okay. Now, how to build a library of webinars, how to automate the process from A to Z, and the automated webinar sequence. Okay. Now, let's see on the webinar, the bonuses. We have the 100K course outline, and we have also our webinar outline, and we have that webinar template, and then lastly our inner circle script in order to go ahead and make these deals happen. And then lastly, you get an automated webinar from our library. Okay, so let me see what additional questions that people have on here. And welcome in everyone that is getting in. I'm really pumped up to have you a part of the program. I do think that you're gonna enjoy it quite a bit. And the best thing is that you've seen us probably do webinars, and you know how integral it is regarding our business. And in fact, we don't just do webinars on this end, but we're doing webinars and implementing webinar funnels. That is one of the things that we've been working on and implementing as well, webinar funnels for our for some of our other businesses that we've acquired equity stakes in, and figuring out how to scale them up using webinars, because we do see it as such a powerful tool. Like I was saying before, probably the number one thing that has led to our success on this end. Okay, all right, perfect. Great to have you in, everyone else as well. And let me know what other questions that you have. I see Amanda, I see Dan, I see Jack, Jason, and let me see. Let's see. Okay. Joy, Loretta, Mark, Martin, Michael, Nicole, Patrick. Hey, Paul. Hey, Raymond. Nice to have you here. Robert, Ron, Tom. All right. Perfect. Could I do this in German? Yeah, definitely. You could definitely do it in German. In fact, if we look, so when we look at these other markets, let me show this to you. Have you heard of Digistore? I think it's Digistore 24. So there are these other markets. For example, in German, there's Digistore 24. And so this provides you, when you look at affiliates, and I'm sure you could find some type of Facebook group as well, where you can structure these deals. The cool thing is within these other markets is that you have relatively limited competition. So you look at Hotmart as well in Brazil, and once again, there is relatively limited competition. I do know someone that's selling very well on this, and yeah, they're able to clean up. So you kind of take maybe some of our stuff. You wouldn't be able to use our automated webinar for that, but you would have to go ahead and kind of take it and then just recreate it. But the cool thing is about the German market. The cool thing, Amanda, about the German market is everyone in Germany, not everyone, but a lot of people still speak English. So you can just change, let's say, the voiceover, but you can maybe leave the slides in English. And that's one of the good things about that market when you look at the German market. Okay. All right. So let me see what other questions we have here. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, okay. Let's see. And what is your name regarding the person who said, "Hey, will you provide a replay of this presentation? I missed most of it, although though I already purchased." Jesse, is it Jesse Milares? Let me see, and I can actually confirm regarding regarding that. And we're gonna let me see. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, we can probably do something along those. We could probably do something along those lines. So let's and especially if you ping me a little later, okay? Especially if you do ping me a little later. All right, let's go ahead and okay, perfect on that side. Now let me let me see what okay. What other questions do people have before we go ahead and before we wrap that up? All right, because we're going to leave this open for a couple of we're going to leave it open for a couple of minutes. You could still get in. I'm gonna check in a little bit regarding bonuses. So far, we are still allotting a few more bonuses, but I do want to make sure that everyone is yes, Jesse, exactly. So yeah, you can contact me through that, and Vincent as well. I want to see, is everyone that got in, are you a part of the Facebook group? Are you a part of the Facebook group? Let's see. I just want to make sure that you are a part of a part of the Facebook group. No, okay, Vincent. Let me. And Vincent, what's your business? Just so I know. What I'm gonna do is, and did you book that strategy session? So for people that kind of get in that are new, I just want to make sure that you. Sometimes we offer a strategy session. I will let my staff get to you regarding that. But we do also have for everyone on here, just to kind of show you, just to kind of show you, we do have our Facebook group, okay? All right. And the cool thing about this Facebook group is that we have this entire support community. People are posting a lot. Sorry, where is my Facebook group? Okay, it's right here. Okay, and I will let you join, but you'll see that a whole bunch of people talking about different successes, different things, questions. I was showing some drone footage here that we captured in Guadalajara, and let's so yeah, so there's a whole bunch of things in this Facebook group, and you do have access to it. Let me know once you do get in case you weren't. So Vincent, do you have access to that now? Let me send that to you in case you don't. I do want to make sure that you do get access to it. Now, additionally, Vincent, please do book that session. We do unfortunately have limited spots, so if you could please book that immediately so that we can get you up and running on that side. Okay, we do want to get you up and running as soon as possible. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, and Jason, what is your business again? Just wanna see, you might have put something about it there. Yeah. Vincent, I did give you that link to the Facebook group, so let me know once you do request. Okay. All right. And so once you do request, just let me know, and I can approve you. All right. Perfect. Added you as a friend as well. So if you want to approve me, then perfect. Okay. So let's go ahead and yeah, we're gonna be wrapping this up. Reputation marketing, perfect. Do you do any video as well, Jason? All right. So what we're gonna do is there anyone else that's on the fence? Is there anyone else that is on the fence? I want to see who else on here is kind of on the fence, just so I know. Yes. Okay. All right. Um, Tim, what have you missed? So one of the things is okay. One of the things that I didn't cover actually, and then I don't know even why, but there is a money back guarantee. So we do like to always make it a no risk offer. If for whatever reason you feel that we wasted your time, we do want to give you your money back. I don't think that you will think that under any circumstance, because once you do get into it, it is way more than the value that that you're going to be paying for this. And like I said, we're kind of breaking down our entire business system into this, and so that's a very powerful thing to do. Okay, now, okay, now. So Tim, we are selling our Webinar Remix program, and our Webinar Remix program, you kind of missed the whole session, and I can't go through the entire session and everything that we went through, but we opened up access to it. It includes your module 1, Webinar Remix State of Mind, building blocks, how you can drive conversions. We're going to go deep and analyze webinars. We're going to talk about how to architect your product, service, webinar funnel. And then the biggest thing is in module 3, we're going to talk about automating these webinar funnels, how you can start using even one of our webinars. That is one of the bonuses, and we do still have that available. Now, you're going to get a 100K course outline, and that's going to be for the first 10 only. On top of that, our webinar outline and the webinar template, our inner circle script, and a automated webinar. Okay. Now okay, what other products or services are needed to implement? You will probably want to have eventually go to webinar. The good thing is we'll show you how to get a free trial, and we'll show you kind of very good ways, unless you're packing hundreds of seats, how you can kind of maybe, well, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it's going to be it's going to be good. Okay, it is going to be good. All right, now. Okay. Okay. All right. So I just want to kind of send something. I'm sending something to Christopher and anyone. Is there anyone else that is on the edge? Okay. Let me know. Okay. Is there? Okay. Go ahead, and Jason, let me send this to you as well. Just I do wanna be transparent on that side. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, so any other questions, ideas, and anything else that I can help out with? And yeah, so Germany or Spain. Yeah, those are both of those are really powerful markets. I know a couple people that are doing really well, especially with one guy with the Spanish market, and he has virtually a monopoly. Okay, he has virtually a monopoly regarding the Spanish market, just because no one's doing anything. Same thing. Okay. Okay, sure, Raymond. I'll get to that in a little bit. Let's give me a second, okay? Give me a second, Raymond. I'll get to that in a little bit. All right, so yeah, let me see, Christopher, and anyone else regarding. So we do have the basic program, and regarding the upgrade, okay. Does anyone who also got in, does anyone want to know about the upgrade? Does anyone want to know? Give me a me if you do want to know about the upgrade a little bit. And okay, so let me show you exactly what that is regarding that upgrade. Just so I can cover that quickly. One second though. All right. So let me grab this. Now, so we do have an upgrade, and the reason we wanted to separate it out into two is because I wanted to let people get in at a I didn't want to kind of bundle it together and charge much more. I wanted to make it affordable for every single person, so that's why we separated it out. And if you get in for just a regular offer, you will be fine. But if you're really if you really want to commit, then I do recommend getting that upgrade. Okay, so what is that upgrade? Since we're talking about it, let me go ahead and let me show you. Okay, so our upgrade, what it consists of, and let's go ahead. let me also, okay, we are going to be increasing that price back up to the regular amount once this countdown hits 0. Okay, and I'm going to make that strict. So once it does hit 0, and understand that we are going to be taking the price up for that. Now, so the upgrade, Raymond and anyone else that's interested, is 4 extra days. So I also, for people that are extremely serious and don't necessarily just want, let's say, the automated portion, I want to go into other ways that we use webinars. For example, we use it even to raise capital. We've used it to fund certain deals that we were doing with people that some of them we knew, some of them we had relationships with all of them, but we used it to shorten our sales cycle. And that one is a very kind of close way and a very similar way regarding how you would do it if you were as well basically kind of selling video personalization services. Additionally, there is some personal time that I spend with you regarding that upgrade. So you get a one-on-one review. And normally I charge much more, but I am going to throw that in. And so once you go ahead and iron out your webinar, you get to schedule a session with me. And we're going to hop on a call, and I'm going to kind of break down and critique your webinar and give you that webinar review. It's probably the highest value thing that I can do for you. And one of the biggest things is that for people that do enroll in that, if you're good, then that's the pool of people that I will be looking to potentially partner with on and maybe give you an opportunity to, if you, like I said, if you're good and if I like what you're doing in your work, we do have opportunities for people to run webinars, and I think make a significant amount of money within our companies and within our portfolio of companies. So I will introduce you to that opportunity if you are the right person. And you get those 4 advanced webinar modules. Like I said, one of them is additional web funnels. We're going to go really deep into traffic. We're going to go into how we raised capital, how we did over $1 million on that in 4 months, and that $99 social case study. But we're going to go in depth into it, and how we're also doing private equity deals using the power of webinars and using this webinar strategy, which we find very, very powerful. And then in module 7, we will do a webinar workshop. Okay, so review of individual presentations and a live critique. Now let's go ahead. Okay, very cool, Christopher. Very cool. Very cool. I think as well, Christopher. I don't know. Did you schedule one of the sessions as well on the strategy side? Let me know. Give me a yes or no. Okay, and then we're going to give you a replay contact. We're going to give you 3 more automated webinars into your library. We're going to do that webinar review, and there's that partnership potential. So for that upgrade, I do highly recommend it. I think most people that do get into the regular are gonna be getting the upgrade as well. All right, so we have a couple more minutes, and let's go ahead. Let's wrap this up. So if we, yeah, let me see what other questions do you have? Um, all right. That is pretty cool, and especially having a full blown studio. I think even more than webinars, what's going to be really powerful for you, Christopher, is video personalization. So regarding some of the cool things that we do, and do you? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's all I'm going to say right now. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. And okay. All right. Let me see as well. Is there anyone else before we wrap this up? Let's see. Alan, Brian, Amazing Expos, Dan, Jack, Jason, Javier, Jesse, Joy, Kayla, Loretta, Martin, Nicole, Patrick, Paul, uh, Robert, Ron, Tim, Tom, and Caleb. Let me see. I do look. I will say one thing that behind this program, I'm going to get 100% behind it because we are we are extremely committed and we are going to be driving a lot of value for it. So I'm very serious about this. I'm very excited about it. I'm very pumped up because what I'm going to do, by the way, if you want to see literally how much um, every single person that that I have as a part of my team, they're going to be required to go through this program. Okay, they will be required to go through this program themselves because we're doing webinars together and I'm breaking it down not just kind of into some type of crazy system, but literally into the system that we use internally and that drives our sales. So let's give it the last 3 minutes. Is there anyone else that's on the fence before we do wrap it up? Okay. Is there anyone else that is on the fence? All right. So yeah, let me go ahead. Raymond, I do recommend, like I said, even I do recommend potentially looking at that upgrade. I think you would get a significant amount of value from it. Okay. All right. So let's give this 2 minutes and 30 more seconds. I'm pumped up for every single person that is going to be a part of the class, and I think it's going to be amazing. I do think it's going to be really cool, and we're gonna a lot of people are going to get a ton of value out of it. All right, so we've got 2 minutes remaining, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it a day on this side. Cool. So 1 minute, the countdown is continuing. If there is anyone else that is interested, and then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take down. Yes, sure. Give me 1 second. Okay, here you go. Here you go on that side. And I'm going to send it to you as well here. Okay? Does that help? Okay, but let me know. Okay. All right, so we've got the last 40 seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it a day. We've got the last 30 seconds here. But yeah, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If there is anyone else that is interested, I'm going to send out the link for the last time, even though there's only 20 seconds left. So Not sure if that's going to really help, but yeah, I'm really pumped up. I'm really pumped up to have everyone in the course, and thank you so much.